Good morning. How's everybody doing? Freedom's March. Tyrus Bane. How my Freedom March is doing? Freedom family, freedom lovers, freedom fighters. It is Sunday, August something. I don't know. Man. August 20 something. 2024. And as I make my way to the park to do some drills, right? After doing about 24 rounds on the heavy bag boxing. So I did 24 boxing rounds on the heavy bag. Usually I don't do it on Sundays, but yesterday I went to the gym, you know what I'm saying, to try to get a little bit of work in, but it's all good. But I did want to talk about, and this is not going to take me long at all, I wanted to talk about what Kamala Harris's, what her policies are, right? Because, everybody's talking about how she's not talking about her policies and, she's not doing real interviews, especially at the DNC. She didn't talk about any policies. She was talking about hope and this and, I'm going to fix things, even though her administration is the one that fucked things up, Now, again, y'all, I'm speaking as a statist, okay? As though I'm someone who believes in the left-right paradigm lie. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know better, though. But going off of that, and it's right, and it's true, right? She's not talking about policy. She's not talking about what she wants to do and all this. I mean, she did mention some things about the economy and how to get that back together, but, I mean, we all know that was bullshit, right? The whole thing about capping prices and price gouging and all that shit. But what's your policy to actually make that happen? Yeah, that's something that you say you're going to do, but how are you going to do it? How are you going to get that to crack? And I already talked about that. I discussed that in the previous live stream. So if y'all wanted to see what I said, y'all can go back to that live stream and check it out. Black Spring with Autumn, what's good? How you doing, Miss Lady? So here's the thing, though. Here is the reason she's not talking about campaign strategy. Well, not campaign strategy. Here is the reason she's not talking about policies. Here is the reason, and here are her policies. She's not talking about what her policies are going to be because it's like I said before. I already said it. I said it in previous live streams. Her policies are going to be a continuation of the Biden administration policies. That's it. That's it. The blueprint was laid out for her. Understand this. If I am a statist, if I'm a left-right paradigm believer, I am saying, I would be a conservative. I'd be a red pill motherfucker, right? Real shit, but I'm not, because I don't believe in law and order. I don't believe in, not man-made law and man-made order or man-forced order. But what I do believe in is freedom. And, freedom is uncomfortable, and I understand that. And a lot of people aren't ready to be free because being free takes a lot. It takes a lot. It's not, freedom is not a utopia. Freedom is chaos. Freedom is chaos. But freedom is also order. You get order out of chaos, and you get chaos out of order. It's constantly changing and shifting. But the reason Kamala's not talking about the policies is because they're already implementing the policies that she's going to continue to implement in 2025. She is just going to continue the policies of the Biden administration. My bad, the Biden-Harris administration. Nothing is going to change. It's going to be more of the same, except it's going to be exponentially worse, right? Simple as a pimple. But she doesn't want to say that because she knows those policies are trash. She knows that it's to screw the American people over. What is the agenda of her policies? What is the agenda of the Biden policies? The agenda is to allow as many people to come over here as possible, right? Including hostile invaders, because there's no way that all these tens of millions of people have come over here and none of them are going to try to do something. I appreciate you, Black Spring Autumn, sharing me out. I appreciate that. The bottom line is, she's just going to continue the policies, and what the ultimate goal is to what they have been doing. And of course, they slowed down, right? They slowed down the invasion, and all it took was one directive. It took a directive for it to happen, for them to shut down all the influx of people coming over here. But understand this, they're still allowing a certain amount of people to come over here on a daily basis, right? What did we find out? We found out that the Chinese nationals are paying exorbitant amounts of money to the coyotes to help them get over here. Now that it's not just a free and open border anymore, right? Now the coyotes have to work a little hard. They got to charge a little bit more money. So we understand that, right? Does China love us? Is China our allies? No. Do we even really have allies? And I don't even want to say we. I'll say the American government. Does the American government have allies? Any real allies? Or is it that they strong arm the people that reluctantly ally with them through force? Well, I would say it's the latter, right? They don't have any real allies. What it is that we have been able to use our military might to push our will across the world. And some countries, instead of just resisting, they're just like, you know what, we're going to go with the winner right now. We can't, there's nothing we can do, right? And that's what Israel uses us. Ukraine uses us. The UK uses us. All these countries that are so-called allies, they use us to push their own agendas. And, you know, our government gladly assists in this, and it helps them get it cracking, right? So now, like for instance, you got Ukraine pushing into Russian territory. Now, I can't knock that because Russia encroached on their territory, so it is what it is, right? But they would not be able to do that without the U.S. government assistance, right? And so when people say, oh, well, the president's decisions, they don't affect nothing right away, and it takes a while. No. What this administration is allowing and aiding Ukraine in doing is directly and immediately affecting our economy, right? Because in order for them to pay for this shit, they got to take it from us. And that's going to be felt immediately, whether you like it or not. Because when there's war, costs rise all across the board. And when I'm talking about costs rising, I'm talking about the hidden tax known as inflation. It has to, right? Somebody has to pay for it. And they're not going to wait for our children to pay for this. No. Our children are still going to pay for it, but they are going to prices will continue to rise, right? You know, they try to tell you that prices are leveling off and all this shit. No. They're still going up. Trust me. I have to buy food for my children and my whole family every week. I spend about, it depends on the week, right? It depends on the month, right? I might have to spend $1,600 to $2,000 a week, a month on fucking food for just for my family. Yeah. It can be that much, right? It can be that much. So I might go to Costco twice a month. That's $400, $400 to $600 each visit. $400 to $600 each visit to Costco. That's $1,200 a month right there. Then we go to Trader Joe's maybe once or twice a month. So that's about $300 to $400 a month right there. You're already looking at $1,500. Then we got to get our meat, because I don't get the meat from Costco. I don't do that. So, because I have a lot of kids. I got 6 kids and they're all growing. And the bigger they get, the more food they want and the more they eat. And I can't deny them, because I want my children to grow strong. My children aren't obese. They're fit. I have fit children that are growing and getting tall. I got tall ass kids that like a lot of food. So, you know, what can I say? My side of the family got tall motherfuckers, and my wife's side of the family got tall motherfuckers. We got big people in our family. So we got to feed their growth, right? We got to feed their growth. Our kids are getting big. So you're talking about for 6 children, $1,600 to $2,000 a month. Because I got it, like I said, I got to get the meat. I spend about $400, $500 a month for meat. But I am coming up with a strategy to cut costs down because, you know, sometimes we actually started cutting down on bullshit we get from Costco. No more processed shit. No more chips. I don't care if it only has. Listen, you want chips? Make chips. Get some potatoes, cut them up. Get some beef tallow, fry them motherfuckers. There your chips go. Get a mandolin and make little chips out of it. You just got to put a little bit more work in. It's just it is what it is. Hell, before when Trump was in office, this is real shit. When Trump was in office, I'd spend $800 a month. $800 a month, at the most. And that is if I do 2 $400 trips. That was a lot back then. So you talking about $200 to $300 a month, a week. I mean, every 2 weeks going to Costco. And that's $600 to $800 a month. But they want to tell you, oh, inflation only rose 8, 9%. No. Depending on what you're getting, the inflation could be all the way up to 50 to 75%. Now, the average inflation all across the board for everything is about 20. So again, this is good. Her policies are just going to be a continuation of the policies the Biden administration are administering now. Hell yeah, you're teaching them the best lesson in life you can ever have. Health, big facts. So again, one way I'm going to cut costs, because I wasn't really tripping, right? I'm like, well, everybody's going through this. So, you know, I don't make chump change at work. So, you know, I make pretty good money. So I was like, you know, it is what this is what we're going through right now. But, you know, eating whole foods and cutting out processed foods, it does a lot of things. When you cut out processed foods have been introduced into foods. Processed ingredients have been introduced into foods in order to make people want to eat more of that food, right? Like potato chips, cookies, all that shit with that bullshit in it, MSG, high fructose corn syrup, shit that makes the shit taste so damn good. It makes it taste so good, you got to eat more and more of it. So you're gonna spend more money to get it because you're addicted. And even though it might be a little cheaper than Whole Foods, you're still gonna spend more money because you're gonna buy more of it. So it makes you spend more money, and it's bad for your health because industrial seed oils and all these other processed food dyes and all that shit, you know, cause histamine reactions, right? Histamine reactions mean it causes inflation. So it makes you unhealthy over time, and it can cause you to go into a metabolic disorder. So eliminating things like that is going to be great. It's going to be better for you, right? So replacing, stop buying all the processed foods, make foods at home. You know what I'm saying? Fortunately, our children are homeschooled, so we have more time for them to cook things. And my children already know how to cook. Like my oldest daughters know how to season the hell out some chicken and some beef. You know what I'm saying? My oldest son, who's only 10 years old, knows how to season a steak and fry and make a steak. My children already know how to cook. So my 8-year-old daughter was cutting up potatoes yesterday and making French fries. Cutting up potatoes and making French fries and beef tallow. So these are things they already know how to do. Now they want things like ice cream and all this bullshit, fruit snacks, right? Well, they can dehydrate some fruit and make some goddamn fruit rolls out of them. They can make animal-based ice cream with minimal ingredients. You know, and it's simple. You get a blender, throw some salt, some cream, and some salt cream and some egg yolks and whatever flavoring you want, and some honey. Boom, there you got some ice cream. So again, these things are good anyway, but this is what the Kamala administration is going to have you doing, right? They're going to push you eating the bugs. They're going to push. Well, it's going to be worse, right? The Kamala administration is going to be a continuation of the Biden administration, and that's why she's not telling you about policies. She don't have to, but she's not going to tell you that her policies are going to be the same as that of Joe Biden's. because it was her. She was in that administration. I know people want to tell you, oh well, she didn't do shit and all this. Miss me with that bullshit. Life skills are priceless. Most children are not being taught much of anything. Exactly. So my children, it's funny, like the things my children can do that I don't know about until I find out. Because I work across, I work in a whole nother state, and I'm only here on the weekends for the most part. So, I'm finding out my kids know how to sew. My son knows how to play the piano. Like, what the fuck? Where is this? What is going on here? When did you learn how to play the piano, boy? Like, when did you learn that shit? You ain't taking piano lessons. What is going on? They know how to draw real well. Like, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? My son built, because my youngest daughter has just started kindergarten, and so she needed a desk for her classes, her online classes. So he built her fucking desk by himself. I taught him how to build shit. So, I've always had him helping me if I ever needed to build something. He's always been there to help me. But it is what it is, man. Like, again, life skills are very important. But again, the Biden administration is the Harris administration, except when Harris is in office and you have walls, right? It's just going to be the Biden administration 2.0, led by Kamala Harris. and all these black folks out here trying to act like Kamala gonna do something for your black ass. Oh man, I'm gonna feel sorry for you. No, I won't. Fuck that. Because what y'all thought Biden was gonna do something for you. But when Biden got in office, he didn't do shit for you. And that's why a lot of black folks went over and took the red pill. So it is what it is, man. Anyway, let me get out of here. Get this, finish my workout so I can get ready to hit the road. Anyway, much love, like, share, subscribe, and we're gonna keep marching forward toward freedom. And I will be going live on the road. So I'll see y'all then. Peace.